What if a simple phone call could turn a rude demand into a life-changing showdown? Two brilliant twins are about to shake up an airline and the world. A hush falls over the VIP lounge, the kind of quiet that's heavy with unspoken words. Two young women, identical twins, are asked to give up their first-class seats for a woman who believes her comfort is more important than their tickets. But this is no ordinary flight, and these are no ordinary passengers. In the next few minutes, a single phone call won't just change their travel plans. It will unleash a storm of consequences that will dismantle careers and expose a rot that runs deeper than anyone imagines. What happens when entitlement meets its match? Stick around, because this story of karma is just taking off. The hum of the Majestic Airlines VIP lounge at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport was a symphony of quiet privilege. The clinking of ice in glasses, the soft murmur of conversations about stock options and summer homes in the Hamptons, the whisper of expensive fabrics as people moved through the serene space. It was a world away from the controlled chaos of the main terminals. Seated in a pair of plush, cream-colored armchairs near the expansive floor-to-ceiling windows were Maya and Nia Sterling. At 24, they were striking identical twins. They shared the same high cheekbones, luminous dark skin, and eyes the color of rich chocolate. Their long, intricate braids were adorned with subtle gold cuffs that caught the light. Today, they were dressed in casually luxurious travel attire, matching cashmere joggers and sweaters in a soft camel color, paired with pristine white sneakers that probably cost more than most people's monthly rent. They weren't just beautiful, they were brilliant. Both had graduated summa cum laude from Spelman College and had recently launched their own successful fintech startup, Kismet, an innovative app designed to promote financial literacy within underserved communities. This trip to London was both a celebration and a business opportunity. They were the keynote speakers at the Global Innovators Summit, a massive honor that would place their company on the international stage. Their journey had been meticulously planned. First-class tickets on Majestic Airlines, a carrier known for its luxury and service. They had used miles accumulated on their corporate cards, a satisfying testament to their hard work. The VIP lounge was just the first taste of the premium experience they had earned. Maya glanced at her watch, a sleek, minimalist design gifted by their parents upon graduation. "Boarding should start in about 20 minutes, she said, her voice smooth and calm, perfectly matching her sister's slightly higher, more energetic tone. Nia was scrolling through the final draft of their presentation on her tablet, her brow furrowed in concentration. "I just want to go over the section one more time. I have a feeling that question about blockchain integration is going to come up." "You've got this, Nye," Maya reassured her, reaching over to squeeze her sister's hand. "We've got this." It was in this bubble of calm and focused anticipation that the first discordant note struck. Maya and Nia sat by the tall windows, their luminous dark skin glowing softly in the lounge's gentle light, their gold-cuffed braids swaying as they moved. At 24, they carried a quiet strength, their rich chocolate eyes sparkling with dreams. The cream armchairs felt like a reward, the vast airport view outside a promise of what lay ahead. "Proud. We earned this," Maya whispered to herself, her smooth voice steady, the hum of privilege around them a backdrop to their joy. Their journey to this moment had been tough. Years of study at Spelman, late nights building Kismet, an app to lift up communities like theirs. The camel cashmere outfits and white sneakers showed their success, a silent nod to hard work paying off. The lounge's soft chatter about wealth faded against their own story, the morning sun casting a warm glow on their faces. Nia leaned over her tablet, her luminous dark skin focused, her braids catching the light as she checked their presentation. Her energetic voice broke the silence. Determined. "We can't mess this up," she said, her rich chocolate eyes scanning the screen. Maya, her twin's mirror, smiled back, her calm hand offering comfort. The plush chairs held them close, the airport's distant noise a faint echo. Together, they'd conquered college and launched Kismet, their fintech dream now taking them to London. The first-class tickets, earned with miles, were a badge of honor, the lounge's luxury a stage for their brilliance. Hopeful. "This is our moment," Maya added, her voice lifting, the bond between them a quiet power, the day ahead full of possibility. The peace shattered as a woman approached, her blonde hair stiff, her face set in a frown, trailed by a nervous gate agent, Tom, his name tag crooked. Her designer clothes, Louis Vuitton bag, Burberry scarf, Gucci shoes, screamed wealth, her floral perfume hitting like a wave. "Sharp!" "Excuse me," she snapped, her voice cutting through, not quite meeting their eyes. Maya and Nia looked up, their rich chocolate gazes steady but curious. Tom cleared his throat, his light skin paling. "Nervous?" "Ma'am, the flight's full, no other first-class seats," he said, glancing at the twins. The woman, Caroline, waved him off, her gold bracelets clinking. Demanding, "That's nonsense. I'm Platinum Elite, there's always room." Her eyes flicked over Maya and Nia, a quick judgment, the air growing thick with tension. Caroline's gaze lingered, her disapproval clear. "Cold? What about them?" she asked, pointing vaguely. Tom shifted, his voice shaky. "They're in 1A and 1B, confirmed seats." Caroline huffed, her tone final. Entitled, "They can move. My husband's in 1C. We always sit together. They can take my business class spot. They won't mind." The insult hung heavy, her words, "these girls," dripping with disdain. Maya felt heat rise, her calm facade holding firm, while Nia's hands tightened, her fire simmering. The lounge's soft hum faded as others watched, the cream chairs now a battleground. "Firm. We do mind," Nia said, her voice sweet but strong, the first crack in Caroline's confidence, the morning light casting shadows on their resolve. A tense silence descended. Other passengers in the lounge were now watching with open curiosity. Tom, the gate agent, looked like he wanted the floor to swallow him. Caroline, however, was not easily deterred. She turned her full attention to Tom, her voice dropping to a conspiratorial, yet still loud, whisper. "Look, I don't want to make a scene, but this is about customer loyalty. I spend hundreds of thousands of dollars with this airline. Are you really going to prioritize them over me?" She gestured vaguely at the twins, as if they were objects. The "them" was a clear dividing line. It was now an us versus them moment, and the unspoken criteria were glaringly obvious. Tom, desperate to please the Platinum Elite member, made a fatal error in judgment. He turned to Maya and Nia, his expression pleading. "Ladies, I understand your position, I really do, but Mrs. Harrington," he gestured to Caroline, "is one of our most valued customers. We'd be incredibly grateful if you'd consider her offer. We can provide you with a $500 travel voucher each for your inconvenience." The offer was insulting. It wasn't about the money, it was about the principle. They were being asked to shrink themselves, to make themselves smaller, to accommodate someone else's privilege. Nia let out a sharp laugh, devoid of humor. $500 to give up the seats we paid for, to be moved to a lower class, all to appease this woman's entitlement? You must be joking. "There's no need to be rude, young lady," Caroline sniffed, clutching her Vuitton bag like a shield. Before the situation escalated further, another airline employee arrived. She was a woman in her 40s, her uniform crisp, her demeanor radiating the authority Tom sorely lacked. Her name tag read, Susan Fisher, Lounge Supervisor. The lounge grew still, eyes turning toward Maya and Nia, their luminous dark skin steady under the pressure, their gold-cuffed braids a quiet defiance. Caroline's sharp voice cut deeper, her blonde hair rigid as she leaned toward Tom, her designer scarf fluttering. Angry, "I demand better," she hissed, her floral scent overwhelming, the cream armchairs now a stage for her tantrum. The twins sat tall, their rich chocolate eyes calm but firm. Tom's light skin flushed, his hands fidgeting as he faced the twins, his plea weak. Nervous. "Please, it's just a switch," he mumbled, the $500 offer hanging like a cheap bribe. Nia's laugh rang out, sharp and clear, her energy flaring, While Maya's cool gaze held steady, the tension thickening, the airport's distant hum fading into their standoff. Nia reached for her phone, her luminous dark skin glowing with resolve, her movements slow and sure. "Quiet. Time to fix this," she said, her vibrant tone low, dialing a number. Maya's slow smile hinted at what was coming, their rich chocolate eyes locking in silent agreement. The lounge held its breath, the plush carpet muffling footsteps as Susan arrived, her crisp uniform a beacon of order. The phone rang once, then a deep voice filled the space, warm yet commanding. Surprised. "Nia, sweetheart, what's wrong?" "You should be boarding," their father said, his tone shifting from concern to focus. Caroline rolled her eyes, her smirk fading as the call unfolded, the air crackling with anticipation, the twins' bond a quiet strength against the storm. Robert Sterling's voice grew sharp, his words slicing through the speaker. Firm. Majestic. "What's happening?" he asked, his tone turning icy. Nia explained, her voice steady, detailing Caroline's demands and the diversity jab. The lounge froze, passengers' whispers dying, their gazes fixed on the drama. Caroline's smugness slipped, her gold bracelets trembling as the truth sank in. Tom paled, his light skin ghostly, while Susan's sharp eyes widened, sensing the shift. Stunned. "He's their father?" a passenger muttered, the cream walls echoing the shock. The revelation hit like a wave, the airport's hum drowned out, the twins' calm presence now a towering force, the morning light casting a new weight on the scene. "Is that so? And what reason did she give?" "Oh, the usual," Nia said, her gaze unwavering. "That we were probably just a diversity initiative. That her money is what keeps the airline in business." The lounge supervisor, Miss Fisher, tried to help, but Mrs. Harrington is persistent. She also mentioned something about our presence being a photo opportunity for the company's brochures. The silence on the other end of the phone grew heavy, profound. The atmosphere in the lounge shifted. The air crackled with tension. Everyone was listening. Caroline's smirk began to falter. There was something deeply unsettling in the confident, unhurried way Nia was conducting this conversation. Finally, the voice came back on the line, transformed. It was no longer the warm, affectionate tone of a father. It was the cold, incisive voice of a man who wielded immense power. "Nia," he said, his words precise and chillingly calm, "put your phone on the table. Let me speak to the supervisor, Miss Fisher." Nia did as she was told. Susan Fisher, her face a mix of confusion and apprehension, leaned forward. "This is Susan Fisher." "Miss Fisher," the voice said, "my name is Robert Sterling. I am the Executive Vice President and Head of Global Strategy for the Sterling Chenault conglomerate. As of 3 months ago, my company acquired a 51% controlling stake in Majestic Airlines." A collective gasp swept through the lounge, a soft, hissing sound, like air being let out of 100 balloons at once. Tom, the gate agent, looked as if he might faint. His face turned ghostly white. Caroline Harrington's jaw literally dropped. The color drained from her face, leaving her perfectly applied makeup looking like a garish mask. Her Louis Vuitton bag slipped from her grasp and landed on the plush carpet with a soft, muffled thud. The voice on the phone continued, each word a hammer blow. "I personally oversaw the acquisition. I am, for all intents and purposes, your boss's boss's boss. Now, I have 2 daughters, 2 brilliant, hard-working young women who I believe you have just met, whom I am sending to London to represent another of our companies. I am looking at their booking right now on my screen. Paid for in full. Confirmed months ago." He paused, letting the weight of his words sink in. "So, Miss Fisher," Robert Sterling continued, his voice now dangerously soft, "I'd like you to explain to me in detail why a Platinum Elite member's sense of entitlement, and her frankly disgusting racist commentary, is being given more weight than the confirmed paid-for tickets of 2 of my passengers. Or, to put it another way, Why is your team attempting to kick my daughters out of their seats? The silence that followed was absolute. The symphony of privilege had stopped. There was only the sound of a single devastating question hanging in the air, awaiting an answer that could, and would, change everything. Susan straightened, her crisp uniform a shield, her light skin tense as she faced the phone's cold voice. Steady. Mr. Sterling, I'm sorry, this was a mistake, she said, her tone firm despite her shaking hands, the plush lounge now a courtroom. Robert's words cut deep, his authority filling the air, the cream walls reflecting the gravity. Maya and Nia sat still, their luminous dark skin glowing with quiet pride, their gold-cuffed braids a symbol of strength. Tom shrank back, his ghostly pallor a stark contrast, while Caroline's designer outfit seemed to wilt, her floral scent fading. Commanding. I expect action, Robert's voice boomed, the airport's distant roar silenced by his power. The scene shifted, the twins' presence a beacon, the morning light sharpening the divide between right and wrong. Caroline's shock deepened, her blonde hair a frozen crown, her face a mask of disbelief as Robert's words sank in. Shaken. You can't do this, she squeaked, her voice a shadow of its former edge, the Vuitton bag a forgotten heap. The lounge watched, passengers' eyes wide, the plush carpet absorbing her fall. Susan's sharp gaze turned to her, pity mixing with resolve, the air thick with her fading dominance. Robert's voice grew colder, his verdict clear. Final. Her tickets cancelled, platinum status revoked, he declared, the hammer blow echoing. Caroline's gold bracelets clinked nervously, her husband's name a silent weight, the twins' calm stares a judgment, the scene a turning point in her unraveling world. Maya and Nia rose slightly, their luminous dark skin radiant, their rich chocolate eyes holding a mix of relief and strength, their gold-cuffed braids swaying with purpose. Proud. We're staying, Maya said, her smooth voice firm, the cream armchairs a throne of their earning. Nia nodded, her energetic tone lifting, the lounge's silence a tribute to their stand, the airport's hum a distant cheer. Susan stepped forward, her uniform now a badge of redemption, guiding them with new respect. Respectful. Let's get you to your seats, she offered, her voice warm, the twins' brilliance shining through. The morning sun bathed them in light, their victory a quiet roar, the lounge a witness to their unshakable resolve. The silence in the majestic airline's VIP lounge was no longer serene, it was suffocating. Every eye was fixed on the small phone sitting on the table, from which the voice of Robert Sterling, the new de facto owner of the airline, had just shattered Caroline Harrington's world. Susan Fisher, the lounge supervisor, froze for a heartbeat. Her mind, trained to handle irate customers and logistical nightmares, struggled to process the seismic shift in the power dynamic. The entitled passenger she was managing wasn't just a nuisance. She had just insulted the daughters of the man who now owned the entire company. The young women Susan had defended on principle were the heirs to the very airline she worked for. She swallowed hard, her professionalism kicking in like a well-oiled machine, though one that had just been hit by a truck. Mr. Sterling, she began, her voice remarkably steady despite the tremor she felt in her hands. I apologize. There seems to have been a grave misunderstanding. There is no misunderstanding, Miss Fisher. Robert's voice cut through the speaker, sharp and clear. I heard Mrs. Harrington's comments quite clearly, repeated by my daughter. Diversity initiative. Photo opportunity. Am I quoting that correctly? Susan's eyes flickered toward Caroline, who now stood as a pathetic tableau of shock. Her mouth was agape, her face blotchy red and white, her posture utterly deflated. The blustering entitlement was gone, replaced by a dawning, sickening horror. Yes, sir, Susan said, her voice barely a whisper. That is what she said. And your other employee, Tom, Robert continued, his tone relentless. He offered my daughters a paltry $500 voucher to acquiesce to this woman's racist demands. Is that also correct? Tom, who had been trying to blend into the expensive wallpaper, flinched as if he'd been struck. All he could manage was a weak, terrified nod. "I see," Robert said. The two words were laden with a terrifying finality. "Miss Fisher, I want you to do 3 things for me, right now. First, you will personally escort my daughters to their seats, 1A and 1B, and ensure that their pre-flight experience is, from this moment forward, flawless. Second, you will inform Mrs. Harrington that her ticket on this flight has been canceled, effective immediately." Caroline let out a small, strangled gasp. "You can't do that," she squeaked, her voice a caricature of its former imperious tone. "I can," Robert's voice boomed from the phone. "And I have. Her Platinum Elite status has also been revoked, permanently. We will, of course, refund the full price of her ticket. We are not thieves. But Majestic Airlines has a zero-tolerance policy for the kind of behavior she has exhibited today. A policy that, as of this phone call, will be rigorously and unflinchingly enforced." He wasn't finished. "The third thing, Miss Fisher, is for you, and for Tom. You will both report to the Majestic Airlines corporate headquarters in Atlanta tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. sharp. You will ask for David Chan. He is my partner and the new CEO of this airline. He will be expecting you. He will be conducting a full review of this incident and the customer service protocols at this lounge." The lounge emptied of sound, the plush carpet soaking up tension as Susan guided Maya and Nia away, their luminous dark skin glowing with quiet triumph, their gold-cuffed braids swaying with each step. Relieved. "We're free of this," Nia whispered, her vibrant tones soft, the tall windows reflecting their escape. Caroline slumped, her blonde hair a mess, her designer scarf trailing, her floral scent fading into shame. Tom trailed behind, his light skin ashen, his crooked name tag a mark of his fall, while a junior staff member led Caroline out, her Vuitton bag dragging. "Shocked?" "It's over," a passenger murmured, the cream walls witnessing a shift, the airport's hum a distant pulse, the twins' victory casting a new light on the chaos. Days later in London, Maya and Nia stood on a grand stage, their luminous dark skin radiant under spotlights, their rich chocolate eyes sparkling with pride, their gold-cuffed braids a crown of success. Inspired, "This is for our people," Maya said, her smooth voice carrying, the audience roaring with applause. Their keynote at the Global Innovators Summit dazzled, Kismet's vision lighting up the room, the vibrant cityscape outside a backdrop to their rise. A representative approached, her light skin warm, offering a proposal from Sterling Chenault. "Hopeful, a $10 million grant for innovators like you," she said, sliding a folder across, the twins' image plan for a bold ad. The cream-colored proposal glowed with promise, the morning sun streaming in, their influence growing, a new era taking shape. Back in Atlanta, David Chan's office buzzed with purpose, his sharp suit a symbol of control, his piercing gaze scanning reports. Determined. "This ends now," he declared, his steady voice firm, the mahogany desk holding evidence of change. The lounge incident fueled an overhaul, Susan reassigned to lead training, her crisp uniform a badge of renewal, the airport skyline a witness to fairness. Caroline's husband, Jonathan, faced his own ruin, his tailored suit crumpling under pressure, his corner office a cage. "Heavy. It's all gone," he sighed, the Manhattan view mocking his loss, the twins' stand rippling outward, justice a tide washing away entitlement, the afternoon light sealing a broader reckoning. The implication was clear. This wasn't just about one incident. This was about a systemic failure. Tom looked like he was about to be physically ill. Susan, however, straightened her back. She had been caught in the crossfire, but she had, however weakly, tried to do the right thing. She met the invisible gaze of the man on the phone with a flicker of defiance. "Mr. Sterling," she said, her voice gaining a sliver of its former strength. "I understand. We will be there." "Good," Robert said. His tone softened almost imperceptibly as he addressed his daughters. "Maya, Nia, I'm sorry this happened. This is not the standard I expect. This is not the company I am building. Go and enjoy your flight. We'll talk when you land. I love you both. We love you too, Dad, Maya said softly, a mix of pride, shock, and relief washing over her. The call ended, plunging the lounge back into a thick, awkward silence. The drama was over, but the fallout was just beginning. Susan Fisher was the first to move. She turned to Caroline Harrington, her expression now a mix of pity and professional disdain. "Mrs. Harrington," she said, her voice crisp, "I believe you heard the man. Your ticket has been cancelled. I must ask you to leave the lounge. A member of our staff will escort you to the main terminal, where you can make alternative travel arrangements." The fight had completely gone out of Caroline. The bluster, the arrogance, all of it had evaporated. She was just a woman in a designer scarf, stripped of her assumed power, facing a very public and very brutal humiliation. Her hands shook as she fumbled to pick up her handbag. She didn't look at the twins. She couldn't. The weight of their calm, observant gazes was too much to bear. A junior staff member gently but firmly guided a dazed Caroline out of the lounge. The other passengers, who had been shamelessly eavesdropping, quickly averted their eyes, pretending they hadn't just witnessed a corporate execution. Susan then turned to Maya and Nia, her face etched with deep professional regret. Miss Sterling," she said, addressing them now with a profound respect, "I am so deeply sorry for what you just experienced. It was unprofessional, unacceptable, and I take full responsibility for the failure of my team." "It wasn't your fault, Miss Fisher," Maya said kindly. "You tried to de-escalate the situation." "But I didn't do enough," Susan countered, her eyes filled with genuine remorse. "I should have shut it down immediately. I was too concerned with placating a valued customer, and not concerned enough with protecting two other, equally valued customers from harassment." Nia, who had been silent through the latter part of the exchange, nodded slowly. "The problem is," she said quietly, "the system is built to reward the loudest, most demanding voices. The Caroline Harringtons of the world are used to getting their way because they scream until they do. That is a system that is about to change," Susan said, a new resolve in her voice. "I can assure you of that." She then personally escorted the twins from the lounge and down the jet bridge, bypassing the rest of the boarding passengers with a quiet, "Please excuse us." Aboard the plane, Maya and Nia settled into their spacious pods, their luminous dark skin aglow with victory, their gold-cuffed braids framing their joy, sipping chilled champagne. Elated, "We did it," Nia cheered, her vibrant tone ringing, the cabin's soft lights dancing on their faces. The crew's warm smiles and extra treats, caviar and Dom Perignon, marked their rise, the London skyline ahead a canvas for their success. In Atlanta, David Chan's office buzzed with pride, his sharp suit a sign of progress, his steady gaze on a new future. Proud, "This is our standard now," he said, the mahogany desk holding plans for fairness, the airport's vast view a testament to change, the twins' stand echoing worldwide. Back in the air, Maya reflected, her luminous dark skin calm, her rich chocolate eyes thoughtful. "Wise. We learned to hold our ground," she said, her smooth voice soft, the cabin quiet around her. Nia nodded, her energy softened, understanding that courage reshaped their path, the vibrant sky outside a lesson in strength. On the ground, Susan embraced her new role, her crisp uniform a symbol of growth, her light skin warm with purpose. Determined. "We'll teach respect," she vowed, the training room alive with new ideas, the airport's hum a beat of renewal, the twins' ordeal a guide for a better way. Months later, Maya and Nia unveiled the majestic Grant, their luminous dark skin radiant at the ceremony, their gold-cuffed braids a beacon of hope, the crowd cheering. Inspired, "This is for everyone," Nia said, her vibrant tone lifting, the $10 million fund a gift to dreamers. Their faces graced billboards, a bold ad proclaiming earned excellence, the London lights celebrating their mark. In Greenwich, Caroline and Jonathan faced their quiet ruin, his tailored suit faded, her designer scarf a relic, the mansion cold with regret. Sober, "We lost more than money," he murmured, the city view a reminder, the twins' image a constant lesson, their legacy a monument to justice that would endure. What a win for justice! Did this story move you? Smash that like button, join our crew with a subscribe, and tell us in the comments. Have you faced unfairness like this? We can't wait to hear.